Hi, it's Gary Kayye sitting down for the first time, thanks to Laurie Englert, who's the VP of Customer Experience for Milestone, and Milestone owns Chief and a bunch of other brands, Daylight, to name a couple. First of all, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well. It's been a while since we've had an on-camera interview.
Yep.
It's back in the days when you were in charge of marketing for just Chief. Now you're wearing more hats than just Chief. Tell us a little bit about what Milestone, sort of how it's structured and what you're doing for them.
So probably about a year and a half ago, we decided to put together a customer experience team because we had done a lot of research on what our customers wanted, and from a Daylight Chief perspective, they wanted to be able to have one account. So they were tired of lots of different invoices, a different process for customer service, so we wanted to integrate all those. So we took customer experience, strategic marketing, data, as well as sales operations, and we kind of formed just a big team so that we could wake up every day thinking about customers.
And so out of that came a bunch of stuff, not just one thing. Came a centralized order processing system,
Yep.
and came a brand new website which you just recently launched last month at ISE, milestone.com, and I believe that's official, right?
Well, Milestone.com has been out there about a year and a half now, but what we're launched at ISE was now we'll have 6 languages and all by regions. So our customers globally now can go in, get their tracking information, the progress of their order, if there's anything wrong with their order, all their pricing, everything in one place. And now we're global, which is super cool.
Yeah, I guess I should have said that that now it's one company all around the world and not just North American faced.
Correct.
And you've got more brands than just Daylight and Chief. You got Projecta as well, and then you've entered more spaces. I mean, the market has grown for what Milestone does. I mean, you've diversified quite a bit.
Yep.
So that experience of I mean, that must have been a huge amount of work to take all that desperate data and figure out a way to make it work in the same system through all customers. So it took a year and a half.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I guess the coolest thing that came out of this, though, is we broke down silos within the organization, because honestly, we would have exposed a lot of our own manual processes and errors to customers, because once all of a sudden they're going to see that, you know, hey, my order is stalled for such a reason, and we wanted to be able to make sure if there was any problems internally, we did it manually, they wouldn't see that.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So as a result of that, all these departments now have to really work close together. So I had a team of 17 people around the organization literally working to fix processes. But the coolest thing that came out of it is it literally changed our culture, because it was no more get out of my sandbox, you know, this is mine. It's like, oh my gosh, I was doing that and I didn't know the process I was doing is screwing you up.
Right.
So it really broke down some walls, and now when we go and we attack problems, we look at it from a different angle. We always assume the customer's sitting at the table, right? Rather than going, well, that's my job, get out of my job. It's really now we're all working together to make sure we solve the right problems.
So what's next? What's your next project now that you've solved that one? Can you share any of the details with us?
You know what? Milestone.com is a huge undertaking. I mean, we literally just built the foundation. We got the languages done and everything. And now we have all these tools that we've made through the years. And now with Milestone.com, and they can go in and see their pricing, and they can go in and pick their product. But what they can't do is like, oh, I need a black drop for that screen. They can do it, but it's on a separate tool. So now how do we take all these cool tools we have to help them get to their solution and put them in one system? So that in and of itself is going to be another huge undertaking. But also we got like a recommendation engine coming up. I mean, it's like being on Amazon, right? It's like you want to know, hey, I ordered this, I want to get one of these with it. So looking at all those kind of things, I actually just hired a product manager, and her full-time job is really just to keep Milestone.com updated and you know, adding new things all the time.
So you have a little bit of help this time in managing that. What about biking? How's it going?
I love biking with all my heart. I was actually just talking to Jerry from, I can't remember where he's from, but trying to figure out what's my next ride, because he was telling me about cool rides in North Carolina and Virginia.
We do have, I'm from North Carolina. We do have some good rides in North Carolina, and we do.
What did he call that one?
It's probably the Mountain to Sea ride.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a long one. I don't know if it's Ragbri length though, but you get to end right at the ocean. You get to hang out at the beach. I mean, there's some nice things there. But I had a friend that did Ragbri this past year, and thought that was kind of cool. I watched him do his Facebook posts. So you're still doing it? That's good.
Always, yep. Always do Ragbri. I love it.
Yeah. So you do Ragbri every year?
Yep. Pretty much every year.
I'm envious. Because that's seems like it'd be a lot of fun. But hey, we'd welcome you to North Carolina. Do the Mountain to Sea, and hey, congratulations. What you're doing is great. And it shows, I think what it does show the viewers is that you're very customer focused, customer centric. And it seems natural to be that way, but I know from personal experience, having been in charge of marketing for Extron and AMX, that once you get to a certain size, you start to forget sometimes, and it's hard to always think outside of your own system what it's like to be a customer out there. And so I think it's great that you have an entire team of 17 people that are focused on that, and it shows.
Yep, awesome.
But you can check it all out at milestone.com, and you'll see the stuff that Daylight has. Of course, Daylight's not here because it's mostly focused on digital signage, but of course projectors are still used in digital signage too, as we can see from the NEC display we were at earlier. And they do have a Daylight screen up here. But a lot of chief product, a lot of interesting kiosk designs, and you can check all the stuff out that we shot here today, all the videos we shot at each of the product stations out at on our website, upper left-hand corner, just type in the word chief. Laurie, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you later.